This morning, I want to introduce to you Andrea McKenna from the Habitat for Humanity. She will present our Minute for Mission, as well as our passage and message. Please welcome Andrea.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you. Thank you. This year, Habitat for Humanity of Collier County will celebrate our 45th anniversary on March 20th. That's back in 1978. Since then, partnerships with our loyal donors and volunteers have allowed us to serve more than 2,450 families who desperately needed an affordable, decent home. So that number, 2,450 families, is just in Collier County. Habitat's vision is a world where everyone has a decent place to live. Our mission is to bring people together to build homes, communities, and hope. Thank you for opening your hearts today to the work of Habitat Collier. In the last 45 years, countless families have come to Habitat asking if they might qualify to purchase a safe, affordable home for their family. In our last fiscal year, more than 1,500 families inquired. This year, through just the first 6 months of the year, over 1,000 families have inquired, demonstrating just how extreme the need is and the stress that hardworking, low-wage earning families endure because of their untenable living situation. Habitat Collier's application process is thorough and rigorous. When our affiliate began 45 years ago, there certainly was a need for access to homes that were affordable. But each year we talk about how it gets worse, but it has never been as extreme as it is today. Recent studies concluded that Collier County needs 10,000 more units of affordable housing, and that number grows each year by 1,000 to 1,200. Habitat Collier is virtually the only option for home ownership for hardworking, low-wage earners who make our community the paradise that we enjoy. More than 48,000 workers commute to Collier County each day because they cannot afford to live here. They work at our hospitals, at the sheriff's department, within the school systems, and places we don't even know. Employers face staffing shortages as they cannot recruit or retain good workers due to the high cost of living here. Habitat Collier, being 45 years old, is one of the oldest affiliates in the country, and we build more homes than anywhere else in the country. But we cannot solve this problem alone. For more than 2 decades, we've built and sold about 100 homes per year to qualified families with an interest-free mortgage. We're one of only 5 affiliates in the U.S. to build more than 50 homes a year. But building about 100 a year, and as I mentioned, 1,500 people inquire, meaning 1,400 people go home to the places where they're living, which are not satisfactory. What we do barely scratches the surface of the need that has grown exponentially since both the pandemic and Hurricane Ian hit. Today, when families inquire, we hear stories of rent increasing from $900 a month. Families were already struggling to pay that, but their rent has increased to $1,900 a month. Families are living in converted garages. Multiple families are living in one apartment just so that they can pay the rent. Often one family shares a bedroom, sometimes even the bed. And then multiple families share the kitchen. They get allocated some space in the refrigerator and in the pantry. This does not provide a safe and healthy environment for parents or children. One family recently approved to purchase their Habitat home is the De La Luz Castillo family. Abigail and Mario lived in 3 different places since their young marriage began 2 years ago. First, they lived with Mario's family, but those conditions were just too crowded. Next, they rented an apartment in Fort Myers, which was broken into 3 times in the first month. They certainly were not safe there. Now they live in a converted garage. The space is tiny because it's not even a 2-car garage. It's not attached to the home, and it has no running water. Mario and Abigail welcomed a baby daughter as they struggled with finding a decent place to live. Baby Annette arrived 2 months prematurely and with health issues. It is unimaginable that this family must live in a converted garage without running water with a premature infant baby. They must leave the garage and enter the main house to have access to a kitchen and a bathroom with an infant. Mario has a good job, as do all the Habitat families. He's employed by Avery Employer Leasing. He's in line for a promotion to manager, and he wants to better himself. He's gone to business school. He took some courses at Lorenzo Walker just to qualify for improvements. Abigail currently stays at home, but she looks forward to going back to work when Annette is a little bit older. Thanks to the generous support from individuals who share our mission, Abigail and Mario will soon have the stability and security of an affordable Habitat home. They will own their own home in a beautiful community with other families who want nothing more than to provide their children with a safe and stable place to grow up. Mario and Abigail are so grateful for the helping hand they receive. They look forward to watching Annette play with the other children in the neighborhood, and they hope someday she'll have some brothers and sisters. Approved Habitat families demonstrate their need and willingness to partner with Habitat. They become part of their housing solution. They diligently complete our intense application process, and they can't wait to provide all the paperwork that's required. They open their current apartment or living situation to volunteers who visit with them in person to assess their level of need. Those with the greatest need are approved and quickly begin working their 500 hours of sweat equity. Those hours are spent building on the job site, taking classes, all designed to make them successful currently and in the future. And they're so anxious, these families are so anxious to purchase their forever homes. The foundation of a home provides stability and security for parents and children. Parents no longer worry that the landlord will knock at their door, informing them of the next exorbitant rent increase. They no longer need to ask a landlord to make a critical repair, only to be told that they are free to move if they don't like their living conditions. Another desperate family is waiting in the wings to take their place. Parents do not have to worry about uprooting their children once again and enrolling them in a new school. We had a mom just tell us that her daughter was enrolled in 4 or 5 different high schools during her 4 years of high school. Remarkably, she did well in school and she's on to college, but these are not conditions that provide stability and security for families. We know that the foundation of a home is life-changing for every family member. Children have the potential to grow up to be all that God intends for them. Thank you for putting your faith into action by supporting the work of Habitat Collier.